right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee, and it's time for your Yee Tea. Now, Don Lemon was on Jimmy Kimmel. He was talking about being detained by federal agents and how they really just wanted to embarrass him. This is all when he was in Beverly Hills. You know, it was Grammy weekend. He was actually on my flight out to L.A., and it made national news, and everyone was talking about him getting arrested. Listen to what he said.
I was here to cover the Grammys, and I got back to the hotel. I was walking up to the room, and I pressed the elevator button, and all of a sudden I feel myself being jostled and people trying to grab me and put me in handcuffs. And I said, "What are you doing here?" And they said, "We came to arrest you." And I said, "Who are you?" And then finally they identified themselves, and I said, "If you are who you are, then where's the warrant?" And they didn't have a warrant, so they had to wait for someone from outside, an FBI guy, to come in to show me a warrant. And they took me outside. It had to be a dozen people.
Now, he had to offer to turn himself in prior to this, he alleges, and they never got a response. He knew that after his coverage of protesters who interrupted services at a church in St. Paul, that this was potentially going to happen. He had gotten a heads up about it, but I guess he feels that they wanted to embarrass him. Here's what he told Jimmy Kimmel.
You know, I think my attorney tried to contact them once, maybe twice, that I could just go in and it would have to be the folks who were just working there that day, and they wouldn't have to have all these people following me around.
It's more than just a waste of resources. So they grab you and they take you where?
Well, you're right about more than just a waste of resources. They want that. They want to embarrass you. They want to intimidate you. They want to instill fear, and so that's why they did it that way. They took me down to a holding place in the federal courthouse.
So he was there for more than 12 hours, didn't even know this whole thing was national headlines. I feel like it had the opposite effect of what they were trying to do, because if anything, it made everybody like, what is going on? You can't be a journalist. And he was basically covering this whole incident at City's Church, where there was a pastor who was actually part of ICE, and protesters were actually saying, this is disgusting that you're a pastor and you're an ICE agent. Right, Dan?
I just think it's ironic that, the left is getting attacked for their free speech when it's what the right runs on.
All right, well, he does plan to plead not guilty. His next court appearance is February 9th in Minneapolis. Now, the woman who testified as Jane Doe at R. Kelly's 2022 federal trial is on CBS Mornings, and her name is Rashona Landfair. She is now saying who she is, her true self. She also has a book coming out, Who's Watching Shorty? Reclaiming Myself from the Shame of R. Kelly's Abuse. And she talks about a lot of things, including that sex tape. She was the one that was allegedly 14 years old at the time that this sex tape came out, and she discusses that whole process of when he told her that the sex tape was being sold nationwide and then got arrested on child pornography charges back in 2002.
I was empty and I was embarrassed.
Why not tell the truth in 2002 or 2008 when there was finally a trial after 6 years?
That's one of my biggest regrets. But again, when I have been trained and groomed since I was age 13, I started believing the lies that I was telling. And even in moments where I despised Robert, I still lied for him.
Wow, imagine that. She was so young at that time. Now, she also says that she wished the trial went different. Here's what she said.
Do you look at even the justice system as not protecting you to some extent? I mean, thinking about that video being played before a gallery of everyday citizens?
I definitely think things could have been handled differently. I'm happy I wasn't there to witness everyone watching that.
And so she also says the Surviving R. Kelly docuseries changed everything, and a spirit of conviction came over her at that time. All right, well, that is your Yee Tea. When we come back, we have About Last Night, where we'll discuss what we did last night. I got to tell you what I've been watching on TV, and I am locked in. When we come back, it's Way Up.